The narcissist and their confusion game. Confusion game number 1. In the beginning of the relationship, the narcissist is friendly, asks questions about you, and says, let's do lunch. They seem to be personally invested in you, and then over time, when you get together again, they say, sure, next week, but it never happens. This leaves you feeling confused. They are using you as narcissistic supply. Confusion game number 2. Now you owe me. Narcissists may do nice things, gestures for you, chores, help you on projects, make expensive purchases for you. You start thinking, this is someone I can really connect and work with. And then later on, if you get in a disagreement or they feel stuck in some way, they start calling in their chips in a not so nice way. It's like, you owe me. You owe me to do certain things. For instance, they want you to change your plans to suit their whims. And you say, well, I have something else going on. And they say, well, you owe me. You thought the narcissist was doing nice things because they wanted to, but what they were doing was buying your loyalty. So where is your loyalty? Confusion game number 3. One false move and you're out. You may be in the process of doing something with the narcissist, working on a project, for example. You get on a phone call. It distracts you. You go away for 5 minutes, then come back and like, where did they go? Later on, the narcissist implies, if that's all you can do, you can't even hang in there and work with me, forget it. Just forget it. Little small inconveniences can cause that seemingly agreeable narcissist to bail. One false move and you're out. Get out of here. I really didn't mean that niceness anyway. Confusion game number 4 is backhanded belittlement. Let's say you are trying to discuss an issue or resolve a situation. This could be with your partner, co-parenting, or a project at work. You say over here, we had this going on. Would you be willing to go over there and try it this way instead? The narcissist who originally implied, I'll be helpful with you, comes back with, do you have a problem with me? Are you just going to belittle me all day? Is this how this is going to work? You go into confusion mode. No, that's not what I meant at all. They say, so you didn't trust me? You think you can do better? They ask these cornering questions to shame you, guilt you. That's the control, creating that confusion. It's like, well, why don't we do things my way? Because obviously you're not capable. And you say, sure, whatever you want, because I just want to get you off my back. That confusion keeps them in the control position. Number 5, this one is, do you really think like that? The situation is you could be talking about a loaded subject like politics or public events, or it could be the way you've responded to a friend or handled a situation. You expressed an opinion a little different from theirs, and they come back with, why did you get an idea like that? Or, are you that gullible? You thought you had an engaging conversation going on. You had talked things over in an adult way. Big mistake there. So the narcissist comes down with more like, you're so misinformed, or you exaggerate everything. They come back with the idea of saying, I really don't think you have good thoughts, and you thought you were going to be able to have a good discussion with this person. They just continue to generate that vagueness and confusion. Confusion game number 6 is the blaming brush off. Let's suppose you describe something that's very important to you. It may be something inside the family, how you wanted to handle a situation, a friendship, or a concern about someone else. Narcissists who originally try to show that they are understanding and caring can start popping out the insults like, that was a pretty naive way you had reacted to that, or you seem to be simple-minded. There are these put-downs and jabs. Rather than saying, I see you are concerned here, tell me more about it, they establish their superiority by creating confusion or doubt within yourself of who you are. That's the game. Confusion game number 7 is revisionist minimizing. There are going to be times where when you had an interaction and it didn't go well. Let's suppose the narcissist had to admit they made a mistake. Maybe it was an accounting error, or something that went wrong with a project at home, or the narcissist caused distress in another family member. So the narc gets busted. Then over time, as you try to talk this thing through and break it down, the narcissist goes into revisionist history like, well, none of that would have happened if you had done this, or you seem to have forgotten about that. That's why it didn't work. It wasn't really me, or the person was really lying, you just didn't know about it at the time. The narcissist keeps making excuses, and of course, it's everyone else's fault. I was hoping you would be a stand-up person and take responsibility here. That's just not the way they operate. So you see what I mean when they play the confusion game? They give the impression early on or in interludes that they want to coordinate with you. They want to engage in a reasonable kind of way. But when push comes to shove, here comes all the confusion, and it's part of their control game. It's part of gaslighting. Often, it's a part of their overt narcissism.